U.S. President Donald Trump used his Christmas message to reopen one of the most explosive scandals in American politics, the case of Jeffrey Epstein. Instead of a message of peace, Trump posted a fiery statement online, claiming he's the target of a political witch hunt and accusing Democrats and the media of lying about his connection to the disgraced sex offender. In his late-night post on Truth Social, Trump said powerful people once surrounding Epstein funded him, visited his island, and attended his parties, but abandoned him when the truth began to surface. Trump claimed those same people now deny knowing Epstein and instead blame him. Trump insisted he cut ties with Epstein years before his arrest and said he was being falsely targeted while others were being protected. The timing of Trump's post raised eyebrows. Just hours earlier, the Justice Department admitted it missed a legal deadline to release Epstein-related records. Officials said they recently discovered more than 1 million additional documents linked to Epstein and his associate, Ghislaine Maxwell, forcing a delay of several weeks. The delay contradicts earlier claims from the FBI and Justice Department that they had already completed a full review of the Epstein files. The documents were supposed to be released under a new law passed last month to bring transparency to one of the darkest criminal cases in U.S. history. Now, a group of U.S. senators has demanded an independent investigation into how the Justice Department handled the records, saying Epstein's victims deserve the truth, not excuses. They warned that public trust is being damaged by shifting explanations and missed deadlines. Attorney General Pam Bondi had earlier said she ordered the FBI to hand over all Epstein material and described receiving a truckload of evidence. Yet months later, officials claimed no new records existed, a statement now under serious question. The White House has defended the Justice Department, saying officials are working non-stop to review and redact sensitive information. But critics argue the slow release and heavy redactions suggest selective transparency. Some newly released files include testimony from victims who said they were paid for sex acts, emails involving Epstein's associates, and records that mention powerful figures, including Trump and former President Bill Clinton. As Americans demand answers, the Epstein case raises one urgent question: who is being protected, and why is the truth taking so long to come out?
New FBI records connected to late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein are renewing questions about what federal investigators were told and what may still remain hidden. According to an FBI tip received in August 2020, a source claimed that video recordings existed involving Jeffrey Epstein, his longtime associate and girlfriend Ghislaine Maxwell, and high-profile political figures, including former President Bill Clinton and incumbent Donald Trump. These claims were provided to federal authorities but have never been publicly confirmed. The informant told the FBI that an Epstein victim, who was reportedly working on a book, had information about filming that allegedly took place in multiple states and on private jets. The source suggested that Epstein may have used recordings as leverage within his powerful network. The person who contacted the FBI said he was a former associate of Epstein and retail billionaire Leslie Wexner. He also claimed he had received a presidential pardon. In his communication with investigators, the source raised pointed questions about who hired Epstein at Bear Stearns, signaling concerns about Epstein's long-standing connections to influential institutions and individuals. Separately, newly released court records provide a striking detail that appears to echo those claims. Among the documents is an official certification of business records, a legal tool prosecutors use to authenticate financial records for court. These records include Epstein's bank statements and transaction histories. But included alongside the financial paperwork is something more unusual, a rental agreement for an adult video club, covering videotapes and filming equipment. The presence of that agreement has raised new questions. Investigators say it could indicate a pipeline for obtaining pornographic materials or recording equipment, potentially supporting allegations that Epstein's operation involved filming. Taken together, the FBI tip and the business records reinforce a pattern that has followed the Epstein case for years: repeated claims of recordings, leverage, and hidden evidence involving powerful people. As more Epstein-related files continue to surface, pressure is growing for answers to a question that remains unresolved. What exactly in the Department of Justice is still hiding, and which evidence was never fully pursued?